What's going on, guys? We're back for another episode of this. I say this every week, but I'm super fucking pumped for this one. I'm not even supposed to be cussing on this, but I'm pumped for this because I have an absolute young stud in Orange County, like an hour and a half away from me, that is just killing it in his market. Just started a team, just got married, just got back from a super long honeymoon all over the place. So Zach, I would love for you to introduce yourself, explain who you are. Why should people listen to you? Because I know why, but I want to make sure everyone else knows why too.
Thank you, Peyson. Appreciate it. So 24 years old. I started real estate at 19, so going on year four, year five. Now have my own team here in Orange County. Production wise, just under 60 million sales, and then this year we're on pace as a team to do 52 deals. Just started my team last year. Almost at a full 1 year anniversary. Started August of last year. So very cool to see that growth. And obviously, like Payson, it's very hard to be young and be successful. So I think both of us are able to attract to a lot of young agents, new agents, people who may be struggling. And like, how do you think outside the box? How do you be different? Because truly, that's what I'm trying to build, and my whole team and everything is, next gen real estate. We're trying to do things differently. This is a boring business, and it's an older business, and so to be able to stand out, you got to do things differently. So yeah,
You have to do stuff differently. And I noticed like
yeah,
your team, right, seems like it's a younger team too, I would imagine. So like
yeah,
from what I have seen of clips of guys, it's younger guys too, which is sick. Um,
yeah,
and that's exactly how I started. Now I have like a range of people from like I have like 18 to 19-year olds all the way up to people in their 50s now. But like it started with just having like I think the first few of us were like 19 to like
yeah.
25 years old, I think was how it
Yeah,
started at the beginning.
yeah, which is cool. I mean, I just literally finished a showing when I got over here right before it, and they're like, "Oh my god, you're so young!" And I had someone else on my team. They're like, "You guys are so young. Like, how is this?" Like, and they're like, "We love it. We love it." Like, people think it's such a negative thing to be young, but it's not. I think it's an advantage. I think it's a tool because when you show you're an expert, they're like, "Man, he's young, hungry, and he knows what he's doing." Rather than just being more of like the standard average, it's so much easier to stand out when you're young and you know what you're doing.
Absolutely. I think it's a huge advantage. Like, cause I think people recognize that you're hungry and that you want to grow and you're already doing a lot, right? But like,
Yeah.
they know that like you're the type of guy that is going to go out of the way extra to go find the deal or make the thing happen for them. When other agents probably are like, hey, I've been doing this for 30 years. And when it hits 5 p.m., I'm checked out. And whatever happens the next day is what happens the next day. And if the deal closes, it doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
I have enough, going on. I've done enough in my past versus like us, like, to me, it's not even like it's like a bank account issue thing. It's just like I want to make sure, like I'm like I want that deal closed because that's one extra deal counted towards what I did this year. That's what
Yep.
matters to me. Like how can I make sure I'm like doubling and tripling and quadrupling my business? So I'd imagine it's probably
Absolutely.
the same type of feel for you guys. It's like this is like a grow as fast as possible. Like make sure we do everything we can,
Yeah.
to grow.
Absolutely. I'm like a people pleaser. So I'm customer service, like make people as happy as possible. So like to your point, we'll show houses at 9 p.m. We'll be up at 6 a.m. for a call, whatever it is. Because like you said, like you said, it's not that we need the deal. It's not the bank account that we need it, but we're just hustlers where when you have these experience 20, 30, 40 years plus in the business, it's like, no, like, I got time for you later for like a 10-minute call. And it's like, no, no, like we'll do everything. Like I moved a mattress yesterday. You got a truck, I got a truck. I'm sure you go through the same thing. We're moving
I'm
shit.
moving a
Like,
fridge right after this.
yeah. Like, dude, I'm moving. Like, and I already closed escrow on her, and she left the mattress in the house, and I had to go move it, and I ordered it through bulk to go get it picked up, and like go do things like that where your average realtor who's been in it is not going to do that. So still being like a hustler, and I loved out hustle. Like, there's no if I'm going to lose a listing or lose a buyer or whatever, I don't get the deal. Like, and it's someone who worked harder than me. Like, that will bug me. Like, I just want to work harder than everyone, so that if they don't work with me, it's like, oh, it's like family friend or whatever it is, but I don't want to be outworked.
Yeah. No, dude, I completely. That's why, like, I thought it'd be so cool to have you on this, right? Because I think we've talked quite a bit now, but like, I think there's still like
Yeah.
so much we still don't, know about each other, and that's what I was thinking. Like, okay, like this will be a cool guy to bring on. Talk to
Yeah.
me about like how you've grown your business, right? Because there's a lot of young agents that follow me. There's probably a lot of young agents that follow you. What have you done to grow your business? Because that's the $1 million question, right? For especially these young guys that are trying to break into this. Maybe they don't have the money, they don't have the
Yeah.
friends, the family, whatever in the business. What'd you do?
Yeah, so I think it gets I think it's an overplayed or overthought, or there's all these trainings, or like there's so much that goes into it. But if you think about it, what did you do? You did like 100 open house, 100 day, killed your business. You just did something consistently. Like for me, I was never a one thing. I did cold calling, I door knocked, I did open houses. So I did everything, and I just did it consistently. And when you consistently show up and show up and show up, it's kind of hard not to see success. I know that it might sound crazy because everyone talks about how hard it is and stuff, but when you're constantly doing open houses, being in front of people, a deal is going to fall in your lap eventually. Like you're just around enough people. So I think I'm just very, 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 very consistent, and I treat it like a business from the beginning. It wasn't like, "Ah, I'm just going to sell a house and then like a couple months go on vacation." It's like, no, no, it's a business. You sell a house, you take the money, you market for your next one. Every deal you close should be another two deals. So treating it like a business from the beginning, getting your corporation done, and like doing things like this is a business, uh, I think really helped early on, because I feel like a lot of people, they get stuck in like watching a lot of videos, and then next week I'm gonna go door knock, and I need this perfect script before I start. It's like, no. So I have a kid on my team. He's 19. His first day he got licensed. We threw him into an open house. We Because something
That's what you
fell
need to
in,
do.
which we literally like. He's like, just went and did it. And I'm like, I love that. Like, rather than like, oh wait, no, like, what do I say? And like, I gave him some tools and like some tips, and I met him there for a little part of it, but then I left him there, and he got a lead. And it was like, okay, dude, his first day he's going out getting a lead, and he's just doing it rather than just waiting for business to come to you, watching videos and trainings. That just never worked for me.
I think so. Like I know even me, right? My first 2.5 years, I think I was doing deals, but it wasn't consistent, and I think I was constantly looking for like that magic thing that was going to change, my business.
Everyone is
And
100%.
I remember I sat down with my buddy, and he does 400 million or so in volume a year, and I drove down to San Diego to go hang out with him and talk to him. And at the time, we weren't buddies really at that time, but he was open to talk to me. And I drove 3 hours down to San Diego to get about 15 minutes with this guy because he's busy. And so I
Yep.
drove 3 hours there and back. In the 15 minutes I think I had with him, pretty much it went like, I'm like, hey, so what are you guys doing to like grow? He's like, we prospect every day, we follow up every day, and we post to social media. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, 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 but what are like the intricate like thing? He's like, we
Yeah.
prospect every day, we follow up every day, and we post to social media. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, are you serious? Like this is all it's been this whole time. And
Yeah.
then guess what I did? I went home, I prospected every day, the open houses, did
Yeah.
follow up, posted to social media, and then lo and behold, built a business.
Yeah, no, sometimes it's that simple. It's literally just doing it. Like the follow up. So I think like I'm huge, 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 huge on follow up. It's follow up with them, follow up with them until they die. Then you follow up with their kids. Like I live by that. Follow up, follow up,
Yep.
follow up. Because if you're like, why do an open house? Why do anything if you're not going to follow up? Like I've never gotten a deal where someone's come in and I didn't have to follow up with them. It doesn't work. You have to, like, we're not car salesmen. The people don't come in and sign. Like we have to work that lead. And it might take 6 months, it might take 2 years, it might take 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. You have to work those leads. And if you're the one that's constantly surrounding by them, giving them value, that's who they're going to go with too. So people forget about you easy. If you're the one constantly being in front of them, you're going to get the business. So, yeah, I think prospect, follow up every single day, post on social media, let people show people that you're active. Early on, I wasn't doing a ton, but I would be like, hey, showings, open houses, brokers, and family members or friends be like, dude, like you're killing it. I'm like, I'm not, but like, people, I'd love to see you see that. Or like past clients are saying that. And it's like, they just want to see you work, and people want to work with the top dog. They don't want to work, like, they want to see with like, oh, dude, look, my realtor just listed this. My realtor just did this cool listing video. Like, people want to work with the best. So show yourself, show what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%. I think like I know we were talking about it right before this. Like you want social media, right? To where every time you open it up, like you see that you need to be the face that everyone sees every time they open up
Yep.
social media. You could do that. You're top of mind always. I always talk about like social media nowadays is in a sense follow up. Like it is in a sense
Yes,
another
it
CRM.
is.
Like think about if you could get every single one of your leads to follow you on Instagram or Facebook, wherever you post, and then you're just
Perfect.
and a showing at an open house, writing an offer, new listing, new this. And then you're still touching points with them, right? You're calling them, texting them, nurturing them, but then also they see you all the damn time on social media.
100%.
They're going to be like, dude, Zach kills it. I have to work with Zach the second I'm ready to buy a house. And it just makes your life
Absolutely.
so much easier. But it's because you
Yeah.
stay top of mind and it helps that snowball.
Yeah. If I meet someone at open house or at least maybe get on a showing or some kind of like in-person thing, first thing I'm doing when I'm leaving is following them on Instagram. Like I connect with them on social. Sometimes you get like an online lead. It might be a little weird to already give them a follow, but it depends on the vibe and the person. But no, because seriously, you're doing stories, anything. You're saying, hey, I have an off market, or I have in 2 weeks I have this going up, or they're seeing the closing gets your it's literally free follow-ups. It's follow-ups that you don't even have to do. It's touch points you don't even have to do, and they're just seeing you. So no, I think connect with as many of your past clients. Past clients, 100% got to be following you. Active leads, people maybe looking in the future. I agree 100%. And then anytime they post things, throw fire emoji, like it, like engage with them as well. They leave a comment, make sure you're replying. Um, it's free. It's like free game in a way. Like it's why not do it?
Well, that's what I think. Going back to what you said, like, what's the point of sitting all the open houses or doing the cold calls or doing the door knocking or paying for the leads and then you don't do anything after to stay in front of that person? Like, why even go through the struggle of like setting up the open house signs and scheduling it and then trying to meet them and then trying to get their phone number? Like, all that is, it's not tech, like, it's easy, but not easy, right? Like, you had to go through a series of multiple different things. But then the first thing we all do is as soon as the lead says, "Oh, I'm not ready," or they don't respond, is, "Oh, that lead sucks."
Yeah. Just don't do it. I find a different career, to be honest. Like it's just not for you if you're not willing to like they're gonna hit you with something, interest rates, or it's not the right house, or they're gonna hit you with something. And if that's all it takes to just, oh, you're done, you're not. It's really, really hard to make it at that leap point. Yeah, might be able to do a couple a year, but when you really want to take that next step, you have to be able to like, no problem, totally understand. Here's some other options. Or no problem when rates fall. Here's what like just set up a plan for them. Like I say it all the time. And I say it to my agents. I think it's crazy, but I'd rather meet a lead that is 6 months away than ready right now. And again, that makes no sense. But my explanation is like in 6 months, I'm going to follow up like crazy. I'm going to give them a lot of value. If they're a buyer, I'm going to be sending them off market deals. I'm going to start to know what they're looking for. So that way, when they start, we're ready to go. They're pre-approved. Rather than when you meet a buyer, and you know this from experience, when you meet a buyer that's like you get an escrow like within a couple of days, you didn't do a buyer consultation, it was like that escrow is miserable and that they don't trust you, everything's all over. When you can
Yeah,
build that trust over those 6 months, then
way
that buyer
smoother.
is way smoother. And the seller point of view, it's like 6 months. Every just listed, every escrow, every sold in your neighborhood, you're going to hear from me first because I'm going to email it to you. I'm going to text you about it. You're going to get mailers from me. I'm going to drop off some things. You're going to see my social media posts. In 6 months, you're going to see like 20 touch points from me to when I go on the listing presentation. Every agent's goal should be come list me. When they literally just say they're not interviewing anyone, it's come list me. And that's what follow up creates is where you can literally get come list me like, oh wait, of course we're going with Zach. He knows everything about this neighborhood. Little do they know I haven't sold anything in there, but I've been sending them all these things. And also, when you meet a seller right away and hey, I charge 3% and their house is worth $1 million, and they're like $30,000. I just met you last week. Like, what are you doing? It's like rather than like, oh, dude, you only charge 3%. Like, dude, you've been doing all this work for free. And it's like the energy changes, the vibe's different. So you've got to be able to like understand that part of the business, and it becomes a lot easier when that's your source of leads and deals.
Yeah. Well, I think just with that backing it up with value, right? Like just
Yeah.
making sure
Oh
like
yeah.
you're just providing the ultimate like utmost value possible. And then it just makes it to where it's so easy for them to think like, yeah, why would I not work with Zach? I'd be messing up if I was not working with Zach.
Yeah, for sure. Like value driven follow ups. I get that a lot because I do talk about follow ups a lot. That's usually when I go present anywhere. Like I talk about your system, and everyone's like, "What do you say?" And all of this. I'm like value driven. Just have value that you're providing to them. Just don't overthink it. Like people sometimes they think about 10 minutes, but one text message they're going to send, and they end up not sending it because they don't want to bother them. It's like don't
Yep.
overthink it. Find some value. Find something in the neighborhood or something they might know about, or maybe even like a new restaurant opened and you just went to it. You just want to let them know about it. Like that's cool. Like that's good information. So don't overthink your follow-ups.
No, no, you can't. It's as simple as just providing. That's what like I have one story that like went pretty like I think it went like pretty viral once I posted it. And it was about like this lady that I followed up with for like a year and a half over her. She was going to retire and move into an RV, her and her husband. They never heard like I never got a hold of them until like a year and a half later. But the first call I did have with them, I got that they were going to retire, move into an RV, and go travel, but they never lived in one. So I spent the next year and a half just providing them like, value in regards to the real estate market in the desert. And then also I was sending them like YouTube videos and different things on how to like use an RV, how to dump waste out of an RV, like just random stuff. Like it wasn't like this is the perfect script to follow in regards to follow up. It was just like providing stuff that they found of value, and it didn't all have to do with real estate.
Yeah. I love that.
It was
And
just, it was one of the funniest stories. And when they finally called me
yeah,
up, they're like, "Hey, we know we haven't responded to you for the last year and a half, and we're sorry, but we've been paying attention. And actually, your videos were super helpful. We've been using them, and we want you to list the house. We're not even going to interview another agent because you stayed consistent."
perfect. It's that easy. And it is that easy that I mean, 90% of people aren't going to do it. They really aren't. So it's like
No.
just being the one who does it. That's all you have to do. And like that's the thing is like people will go to so many seminars, listen to so many podcasts, listen to you, listen to me, and it's like just do it and then do it consistently, and you're gonna see the change. And that was a little hard for me at first. So like because I was like, I don't know, I feel like you guys got that like lucky break. I
Oh, it
was
was
like, I
hard for
just
me
haven't
at
got
first
it.
too.
I
It
was
took me
like, dude,
two and a
I
half years to like actually make it click in my head. So
but when you
like
just shut up and do it, it's like, damn, wow, that's crazy what's possible.
it is crazy. But yeah, it takes a minute and for I feel like most
It
people, but
does.
once
Yeah,
it
yeah.
clicks in their head, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that makes so much more sense. What would you
Absolutely.
say? Because so I always love to ask this question, right? Because a lot of people I don't think realize what it takes, or how much work it is. What like made you decide you wanted to start a team, and when did you feel like, okay, this is the right time to start a team?
Yeah, to answer that, like everyone says, there's never a perfect time. It never feels like it. It was actually this time last year because that's when I started thinking about it. Then I got my spot in July. So I was at momentum, and I felt that I was kind of capped where I was at, and it was like time to okay, let's make that move. And I don't think a team's for everyone. I think that people think if you're on a team, the next step is to go create your own team, and it really isn't. And people think team leads make the most money, and that's like the route. It's honestly not. Like it's like I'm pretty sure it's like financially proven. Like just being on your own with like one or two buyer specialists and doing your own thing is like
Oh, it's
is
way more
gonna be
profitable.
it's way more, right? Because like being a team, you have so much more responsibilities. You have so many, but I love helping people. I love being able to take new agents to that next step. So I was like, I want to be able to give what I'm doing to more people and be more hands on with them. So yeah, I never really felt, and when I made the decision, I was like, I had that feeling in my stomach. Oh, what am I doing? Like, this is crazy. I'm 23. Like, dude, you might just be having a fluke. Oh, like that thought kept going in my head because I ended up finishing that year at 20 deals for 25 million. So it ended up being a good year. But when I made the decision, I was at like 10 deals for like 10 mil, and it was like, you're gonna start a team. Like, who do you think you are? There was people like around me, like, dude, don't do it. Like, and that's when people say don't do it, it makes me just want to do it. So that kind of pushed me like they're like, oh dude, it's not gonna work, it's gonna fail. I'm like, oh dude, perfect. Thank you for saying that because now I'm gonna go do it more. So I don't think there's ever the right time, but just know why you're doing it. I think some people just think they have to do it. That's not true. So just know why you're creating a team, what your purpose is. Start small and try to build from there. Don't go get the fancy office, new place, start somewhere and then build from it. Uh, and then see where it goes. But yeah, I don't want. I think so many agents that are like killing it on their teams. It's like, dude, you could stay on a team and dude, you could be making a lot of money, a lot less stress, a lot less work, and still be like hitting the goals that you want.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like they think about it, and like I think there's a lot of great things about running a team, right? But like I think like
Oh
people
yeah,
think like, oh, I don't have to deal with the clients anymore. It's like, well, I have 38 agents now that can call me at any given time for help, on
yeah,
top of me still running clients on my own.
yeah,
So like it's like,
yeah,
is it really it's not actually less work. It's not actually like it's a lot more stress is what I've learned. But I mean, I like you, I really love helping agents grow. I think it's a trip like watching some of these people like you bring them on
yeah,
and they like haven't done a transaction. Now all of a sudden they're doing like 3, 4, 5 deals a month. And you're like, this is insane. Like I just helped someone
yeah,
literally go from like not having a few $1,000s on their account to where like they're having like 30, 50, $70,000 months. And you're like, dude, like this is so cool. So like I love
yeah,
that part of it, and like that part makes it all worth it to me. But I always love to hear, right? Because like when I started too, like wasn't probably necessarily the best time. I was told not to start the team. Realistically, probably shouldn't have started the team when I did. And but now here we are,
yeah,
three
yeah,
years later. And it's nuts to think about like where it's all, come and been. But like it's always interesting to hear how everyone's done it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think it's a trip too, how like we're an hour and a half away from each other, which is
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah, we're not far, which yeah, it seems like 2 completely different markets, which it kinda is in a way. Like, if I got someone over there, I'm just referring them to you, but we are super
Yeah.
close,
Same.
which is sick, for sure. But like you said, there is no perfect time to go do it. Just know why you're doing it, uh, and then build off your momentum. Like, that was the one thing was I had a good amount of escrows that I and usually I would get escrow stop, and I had momentum, and I'm like, what bigger way to go out and do it while I'm hot? Uh, so yeah, it was. I'm glad I did it, and I'm very very excited for the future. I'm someone I think similar to you. Like even if you make a mistake, I'm gonna figure it out. Like there's no option. Like I have no like there's no one gonna save you. So it's only you. And I love that. I love not being reliant on anyone. I don't have to like oh if whatever isn't giving me the leads or like it's on me to go out take the business and make money. So we're just gonna figure it out.
Yeah. No, that's the only option, right?
Yeah.
Um, so what's like your long-term goal with what's big picture, right? Like, is it build out a really big team? Is it like you want to get into other facets of real estate? Like, what's the big picture with all this that you're doing right now?
Every week it's a different answer. So I'm at a week where I don't know, dude. I at first when I got a team, I was like, oh, I want like 20, 30. And now being a team lead, and I got down to like maybe I just need like 10, 12. And now like I got 4 of us and I love the four we got. We got great culture. Like I'm good now. So like the 5, 10 year, 20 years, I just know eventually like I always respect the people who are family man, people who have the time for the kids. Like I know the grinding part of it that I'm doing. I don't. I want to definitely be very very present in my life, be able to enjoy my life. That's why I've put so much stress on me now and work so hard right now, so that we're in our 30s, 40s. It's a lot easier because I see people, they're in their 40s and they go make the team. They're like, man, I wish I did this earlier. Or, they go take that jump in their career. I wish I did earlier. So that was part of my process is like, okay, take the sacrifice now. But I love selling. I don't think I'll ever get away from selling. I think a lot of team leads eventually go to just running the team, which is no problem at all. I think I'll always sell. And I think maybe just continue to grow team to some people that are all like-minded. Maybe a brokerage, maybe not. And I don't know. Like is we'll see where it goes. But I think I'll always be selling. But I want it to be like inspired is like the Serhant way where it's like, hey, I'm on the contract, I'm on it, but my top agent's handling this one, my other agent is handling that one, and it's like the agents are handling the escrows, and you're just kind of just going on appointments. I would love to just go on appointments all day. That'd be a blast.
Yeah. No, I think like I've always like I got my license because of Ryan Serhant. So like that was like the whole
It's
reason why
sick.
like I got it. I follow
I
so
love
much of
it.
obviously what he's done. And
Yeah.
I think like the way he does it, like he still has his hand in deals. Even and I
Yes.
saw like the post the other day and it was like he is closing $33 million a day right now this year is what he's closing.
Awesome. Saw that.
Like that's insane. I did the math on it. I think it was 121 million in commissions at a 2.5% commission rate. I was like, that's insane. Like,
Wow.
that's absolutely insane. So, but it just goes to show like anything's possible because he started from the ground up, moved to a new
Yeah.
place, was getting eaten alive by New York at first. And now look what he's done.
I
So,
know.
like, any one of us can go and do some incredible, incredible stuff. Now, what would you recommend brand new agent, right? Starting today, what should they go out and do?
Open houses. It has to be open houses. As many open houses you can do. Do during the week open houses. Everyone talks about weekend ones and all of this. Again, you're a big advocate for 100 open houses, 100 days. Start off with 14 open houses in 14 days. Like be very, very consistent with houses. Have people come to you. You learn so much from them. And I think open houses is the number one, like if you're a hungry agent, dude, you get that like lead comes in, they leave, and you're already fired up thinking about properties to send them. So 100% open houses, social media as well. Be as active as you can on social media. Tap into your SOI, family, friends. All if you're younger, tap into your friends' parents. Go follow them on Facebook. Let them know you're in real estate, and then skills. Get your skills dialed in as much as you can. Get confident. Confidence. People see your confidence right away at open houses, whether you're on a listing appointment. So those four things. Skills, I think sometimes get like, it's not that important, but I think it is because whether
Oh,
that
it's
lead
crucial.
walks out that door or you got the appointment set is two completely different things. So I would those are and then just do those as consistent as possible. Those are not the only things, but those are what I would really focus on if I was completely brand new. Uh, and I think it would be a lot of fun to be honest. So those are all like good things too, that are
Yeah.
fun.
And I think like if you can like actually right apply all that as a brand new agent and it not be like, because that's the thing, right? Like in the beginning, I heard stuff like this, but like it was in one ear, out the other ear. And I was like, yeah.
No.
And it still digs. Like if you could actually, like I always talk about, like, man, if I would have actually had the stuff I know now back when I started, like what would I be doing today? It's like, okay, instead of like we're pushing for 300 units this year, maybe we would be pushing for 1,000 units this year. Like now it's obviously really hard to say like, oh, I would have had it all figured out back from day one. But like if I could have actually had the knowledge and actually been smart enough
Ah,
to apply it, right? Like what would the difference be? And so like I think that's what like people forget to think about. Now, what would you say like day-to-day schedule, right? If you're an agent, what should you be doing like when throughout the day? Like if you had to make the
yeah.
perfect schedule for an agent, what are you maybe teaching your agents right now?
Got to have some kind of morning routine. I'm not saying you got to be a 4:30 guy, but just have something that you're doing for 5, 10, 15 minutes. That's consistent every single day, included on your weekends as well, because weekends we're working and like have something. It's a walk, it's meditation, it's drinking water, whatever it is, some kind of morning routine. I think is so necessary. Journaling, reading, anything. I'm not saying you got to go do an Ironman. I think just if working out is you, go work out. Like that is the best way. But anything that's some kind of morning routine, and then prospecting and follow ups as soon as possible. That's when you have the most energy. You're feeling good. So hit some prospecting, go hit doors, hit some follow ups. Your hardest conversations happen right away because if not, I've done this a million times. You're thinking about it throughout the whole day, and it only gets worse. And you have it at 5 o'clock when you're going home, and it's terrible. So have those hard conversations. Handle your escrows if you're in some. Answer emails. Do those things that like those necessary tasks, like they're like value driven prospecting, like money making things. Being as in front of your clients, and then you got your lunch. You got things like that. If you're doing open houses during the week, go hit your open houses. I got appointments. I love doing appointments after lunch because then it's like from there, it's like all appointments. And then um, if you don't have appointments, you don't have open houses, go back to some follow ups, or maybe think if you have an event coming up, plan your event, something like something different that is still value driven and you're getting something from, or you're going after expireds, you're going after cancels. Go hit some of those where it's something different, and then database. Updating your database systems, checking in with your team, or if you have team meetings, things like that. Uh, and then weekends open houses. I love door knocking on the weekends too. It's like a little gem. So many more people are home, so why not go hit them? Uh, I think working like if I could take a Tuesday off and work Saturdays, I'd rather just do that because you're like there's more. You're gonna make more money on Saturday than you are like a Tuesday. Uh,
Yep.
like those the weekends are great, man. Like they really are where you make money. I love setting appointments with people on the weekends. I love following up with people on the weekends because they're just more available.
Yep.
So utilize those. I'm not saying everyone has the opportunity for that, but if you do, use your weekends to the max.
Love that. Okay. And last question, what would you say is like one mistake that you've made in your business that you'd love other people to learn from?
Um, oof.
It's a good, it's like a, that's like a,
Yeah. One mistake. Um, I would say I would have to it had to go on to fear. Early on, being 19, looking like I was 15 years old, it was like, oh, I can't go hit luxury or I can't go do that. Like I'm just like having that negative mindset early on. Uh, if I was right out the gate at 19 with the confidence I have now, oh my God. Like I would me 24-year-old Zach would be more afraid than 19-year-old Zach if he had the confidence because I would just go do anything. So I think it was like being afraid that you can't go make money, that you can't go close houses, that like you have to be older to do it. And you can't go sell in certain neighborhoods. You could do anything you want. Sirhan was a great example. Like you said, like he came from nothing. He was able to go to a new city and then accomplish and pretty much take over and we're being honest. So I think just don't stop being afraid. My biggest mistake was just being fearful from the beginning because I, I could have done. I could have done it at 19. Exactly what I'm doing now. I could have done it at 19. Same thing I could be doing on 30. You could do it any age.
I love that. I think that's awesome, and I think people
Yeah.
probably are going to get a ton of value out of this. Where can people find you? Like, where's the best place if someone wanted to reach out to you? Where can they go?
E- Easiest is just Instagram. It's just Zach Mickelson one, or text me, call me. I'm always available. I love talking to new people too. So like, if you have questions, you're struggling, whatever, shoot me a text, give me a call, or anything on Instagram. But I love helping out people or anything that I can do, or even just sharing wisdom. They come back a week later, like, hey, it worked. I'm like, dude, I love it. Love to hear that.
I love that. I'll make sure your Instagram is obviously in the description below so that people can find you.
Sweet.
Dude, thank you so much. I know you're busy.
Thank you.
I know you just got back from a long, awesome honeymoon that looks sick.
Yes.
I was following along the whole time. So thank you
Thank
for
you,
being
brother.
on, man. And I just can't wait to continue to see what you're doing and how you're crushing it because we have sounds like such a similar story. Both started at 19. I'm 25 now. So like I'm
Yeah.
just a year in front of you.
I
But dude,
love
you're
it.
just absolutely crushing it. So I
Thank you, Peyson.
thankful that I got to have you on.
I appreciate it. Thank you, man.